Candace Owens is dying on this sword for real, man. She just posted this today, which you guys will see tomorrow on this video, man. But she went to Instagram, said a whole lot. I want to break this news immediately because it feels important, and I think if I don't break it immediately, something bad might happen. I hope I have earned the trust enough of the people to believe me when I say that I have verified this information but cannot reveal the source. Tyler Robinson is not suicidal. The entire narrative that was placed in the media about him having been suicidal is completely fictional, as are many other aspects of what we have been told. His father having turned him in after a confession is also complete fiction. To the contrary, Tyler Robinson maintains his innocence and has never even been to the UVU campus. There are absolutely zero photos or video that the campus can produce to the contrary. So this here particularly sounds outrageous, but it's like we live in a day and age where you literally cannot believe anything you see. You know what I mean? The photos of him walking up the stairs, with the black shirt, black hat, shades with a backpack, that's, near the campus, but you can't verify his face. But, similar build, similar whatever the hell. And then there's also a photo image of him at a Dunkin' Donuts that is like a few minutes from the school, right? And, it's been verified that he lives like hours away from the school. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, how can we verify those photos? What the fuck can you believe? Right? It's so stupid, bro. With AI and everybody trying to expose the story and trying to do the conspiracy thing or whatnot, man. Like, you can't ever take anything at face value. You know what I mean? But I find it striking that Candace Owens is going to be out here dying on this sword with the empire she's built for herself, trying to get ahead of this narrative to this monumental tragedy. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue reading, which is why they have produced nothing other than a blurry image, which Tyler's family knows is not him. Tyler has never once expressed a suicidal thought. I want to make that clear. The federal government is lying about absolutely everything other than the fact that it is his gun. Not that we needed further substantiation, but Tyler Robinson did not author those Discord messages. And then that thread they had written up between him and his trans girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, that shit the way it was written didn't seem realistic at all, bro. It seemed like somebody had put that together, bro. So many holes in this shit, man. I would like to again stress that he has never been to the UVU campus, and I need to confirm this later, I believe he was around the campus on that day. I will have more on this later, but I wanted to immediately publish that Tyler Robinson's suicide narrative plus the dad that did the right thing after realizing his son was guilty is a federal concoction.
Okay, I didn't want to leave you guys on a crazy weekend cliffhanger. I needed to get that information out as soon as possible. Obviously, you can probably see that I received some information, a communication, which answered a lot of questions that the public has had about the story, or rather the non-story that we are getting from the feds. The push that Tyler Robinson is this lone shooter, which they're trying to establish as a fact. Some of the burning questions that we had, okay, well, if he turned himself in, how did he also not confess? I now have the answers to that. The main point, the reason why this information came to me is because there's a narrative being spun right now.
His dad turned him in. He didn't turn himself in.
By the media that Tyler Robinson is or was suicidal. That is not true. And that's a very scary thing when suddenly they're saying he's suicidal and, he's in solitary and he's not suicidal. So that was the reason why this information urgently came to me. Obviously, I know a lot more, and I'm going to share it with you guys on Monday. I just wanted to vet some of the things that I heard, ask some more questions from people that would know, and just to make sure everything I say is above board. And obviously, this lead led to more leads, and I want to give people a chance to respond. This is crazy. nothing more that I can say. This is very serious. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that what we are being told has gone on is just not so. And this is really kind of going to begin, I think, to answer a lot of questions and many more questions that need to be asked. So I just wanted to let you know that what they're telling us about him being suicidal is not true.
It's like it's Candace, so you have to give Candace the benefit of the doubt, bro. You know what I mean? She's not going to commit career suicide by getting ahead of something that she knows is false. Or she could be being misled. You know what I mean? You never know. But at the same time, I'm not sold on the fact that Tyler did it either, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've seen all the conspiracies and whatnot, bro. But at this point, no one can prove what the hell is taking place. It's all up in the air until we get some type of sign or inclination that something actually took place, man. And at this point, it's like, if Candace continues doing this digging or whatnot, I'm just more interested in what will happen to Candace. Like if she's clearly turning stones that shouldn't be turned, and she's gonna put sights on her, and if something happens to her, then clearly what she's saying is true, right? But God forbid, don't want nothing to happen to Candace, dog. But it's crazy, bro. This is crazy, dog. You know what I'm saying? Did the whole video of the different angle from the shot that Kirk took.
This is the angle he is showing the shot coming from, showing where Charlie was sitting, and the angle of the shot, which will correspond with this video here, which unfortunately we will blur out Charlie's face, but we will show what is necessary to prove that this was an entry and exit wound. You see, bullet comes in that circled area. You have the blood splatter go down, then up, and then immediately after, you see the exit right here, terrible, with the skin being pierced, and then the exit wound emerges.
Oh, it showed
skin being pierced.
Damn, it showed the skin going out.
And immediately after, you see the exit right here, with the skin being pierced, and then the exit wound emerges. This is 100% conclusive evidence that Charlie Kirk was shot in the back of the head.
Which provided a whole separate narrative of what's been sold, and I don't want to make this very clear. Right, I'm not one to rely on anything the government puts out or whatnot. I'm just of the mind that I don't know what the hell is going on. Nobody knows what the hell is going on, but hopefully we will get to the bottom of this because of the amount of attention it has gotten. Because of the amount of influence Kirk had, because of the virality of this whole thing, bro, it's got the world stopped, man. And, shit is not adding up. I don't, and nor should you trust anything the government puts out. You know what I mean? But, I'm sitting here trying to connect these dots just like I'm sure everyone else is. I've seen heard the little, let me pull that up. I just had it. There was an audio release from Dispatch where they admitted no autopsy was conducted.
So I did do the.
I'm turning this shit up.
So I did do the request. They emailed me back. He did not go in for an autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital.
Oh, okay. Can you just do a clip documenting that?
I'm sorry, 10-9?
Can you just add us up to the case documenting that there was no autopsy?
Yeah, 287, I'll be clear to the hospital.
I need an officer at Timpanogos Hospital to come stage in the emergency room bay.
Jesse just told me that he just got on the phone and Charlie's wife is coming to signature and they're bringing a car over here for her right now.
Charlie's wife is coming to land at signature, you said?
Sir, and Jesse's going to go to Duncan right now and pick up a car for her.
Okay, I'm a little confused because that's what Corey just said. They said they're landing at Duncan, so I don't know where they're landing, but we will just kind of play it by ear, I guess, best that we can.
And how does a video how does an audio like that even leak, but no autopsy? And again, let me preface this by saying, you don't know what to believe. Can't believe what you see, can't believe what you hear, man. But this is going viral and everybody is giving attention to it, bro. So I'm here sharing it with y'all. I don't know what to make of it either, man. But, an autopsy not being performed on Kirk makes no sense, especially given how things took place, right? Especially given other narratives, especially him having a whole family, a whole wife. Just considering who Kirk is and how his life was taken, bro. Why wouldn't an autopsy be performed other than trying to hide what actually took place? Right. And if no autopsy was performed, that makes me question the circle, the inner circle. It makes me question Erica, if this is legitimate. Why wouldn't Charlie's wife want an autopsy performed? Why wouldn't other close ones want an autopsy performed? Right. Just because we saw it. But anyway, I'm gonna sit here and wait for the dust to settle, just like y'all, man. Let me get some receipts on this though. Listen closely to the dispatch. He did not go in for autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital. Yeah, why would that be so quickly done? No autopsy signed off in the hospital. A political assassination, homicide, and active investigation. Charlie Kirk's body was evidence, especially in the case that's questionable. What don't they want the public to know? Facts. You don't perform an autopsy and a homicide, an assassination. Come on, bro. What are we talking about, bro? There's too many moving parts involved. There's too many people involved. There's too much law enforcement involved. There's too much hospital involved. There's too much exposure involved. Bro, it means too much. What happened was too much for an autopsy to be glossed over and death certificate just signed. And a death certificate just signed, bro. This reminds me of the murder documentaries I'm always watching at the crib, bro. That's one of the MOs of people trying to get rid of evidence. Death certificate signed, cremating the body real quick to hide how the whomever died actually died. Yeah. Anyway, thoughts.